Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I wanted to do another first impressions video. I'm going to be using some of the products that I hauled in my last drugstore haul video, but I also received my e.l.f. stuff in the mail. Finally, it took forever this time. It's here now, so I'm going to be using a whole bunch of different products from e.l.f. as well. Same thing as always, I'm going to try out a bunch of products on my face and then I will pop in at the end and give you guys my initial thoughts on everything. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's just go ahead and get started. First thing that I wanted to use from the e.l.f. haul is this Poreless Putty Primer. I've been wanting to try this for a long time, but it's been out of stock on e.l.f. for a while. I know it's really popular. This is just their original putty primer. I don't really know how to apply this. I think I'm just going to use my finger maybe. I'm just going to start by applying some. I'm pretty much only going to apply this in, I think, the center of my face, like around the T-zone area and around my nose, because that's, I feel like, where my skin is really uneven and also has pores. So I'm really excited to try this because I've heard so many things. I've seen it all over YouTube and people seem to love it. It feels very smooth. Like, it feels kind of like my Vanilla & Co. cleansing balm. Like, it does have that balm texture to it. My face is so red. It doesn't really have too much of a scent to it. My fingers kind of smell like nail polish right now though, because I just did my nails. The foundation that I want to use is actually the Revolution Pro CC Cream Perfecting Foundation with SPF 30. I hauled this in that previous video that I mentioned in the intro. The shade I picked up was F5.7. But I also got 4 new brushes. I don't know why. I just felt like getting e.l.f. brushes for some reason. I love e.l.f. brushes. I think they're some of the best drugstore affordable ones. This is really, really soft. This is the angled buffing brush. So I almost want to use this today, but I did pick up their new oval complexion brushes. So they had 3 on the website. They had the large one, the medium, and the small. So I think what I want to do is use the large one for the foundation today, and then I might use like the small and the medium to contour and blush. These are super nice feeling. Like, they're very light. Like, this is plastic, but this brush is super dense. I feel like I'm gonna really like it for foundation. I tend to love dense foundation brushes. So I'm just going to squirt some of this onto the back of my hand. I really hope this shade is okay. It kind of has a perfumey scent. It doesn't really smell like sunscreen, but it definitely has like a perfume scent. It's really thick, as you can tell. So I'm just gonna start. Oh, this is very pale looking and also very yellow. I want to just take the brush and start blending this in. I've never used an oval complexion brush before. I know they are really popular. There was some brand that had come out with them. I can't remember what the brand was called. I remember when they first came out with it and then every brand like copied it. I've never really wanted to purchase them before until I saw that e.l.f. had come out with their own version. And I feel like the hype over oval brushes is kind of gone now, but I still wanted to try it out. That blended out really, really nicely. It's pretty sheer coverage, which I kind of like. I didn't use a whole bunch of product, maybe like half a pump, but it did sheer out really nicely and it looks really smooth on my skin. It's a little bit dry, I feel like. Well, not dry, but it has a little bit of a tug to it. It's not the creamiest, I guess. Or maybe that means it's more creamy. It's not liquidy, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it does kind of feel more thick, but it feels quite lightweight on my skin. Like, I don't really feel it. The shade is a bit pale. Hopefully with some bronzer, or maybe it's gonna oxidize. I don't know. I actually really like the coverage. I like this a lot more than I liked the recent foundations that I've tried. I'm just gonna use whatever was left on this from this pump around my redness here. I don't know if I like it more than the tinted moisturizer that Makeup Revolution just came out with, their super dewy one. that I wore in a recent first impressions. But I don't know, this one does have SPF in it, so that's a huge plus for me. Yeah, I love this brush as well. I'm going to be using this brush a ton, I think. Well, not a ton, because I don't really wear foundation that much right now. But whenever I do wear foundation, I can see myself grabbing this brush. It just like blended everything out so quickly. I don't know really if the primer is working. I guess it like kind of looks smoother around my problem areas, but I still kind of see pores. So maybe I just didn't apply enough, or I applied it incorrectly. I guess I was just expecting it to make my face look super smooth and flawless. I think I'm just going to use this XX Revolution concealer since it's still pretty new. I didn't purchase an e.l.f. concealer just because I knew I had these ones already on their way, and I also tried out the ColourPop one, and so I didn't want to go overboard with concealers, so I didn't purchase the e.l.f. one. I think I want to use this little one. Oh, it's so cute, it's so small. I think I want to use this for my concealer today. I don't know if I'm going to love it for concealer. My favorite concealer brush at the moment is the little one from Sephora. I think it's just the Sephora Pro Airbrush. It's the mini size and it's like in the red with the red handle. And I think it's because it was like the special VIB one. I'm not like a VIB. I never buy from Sephora. But my friend was, and she gave it to me because she didn't want it. So that brush is so nice. It really blends out my concealer really nicely. I don't know if they sell it like in the regular version. They might. I feel like why wouldn't they? It's such a good brush. You just probably can't get it in the small packaging anymore. This is actually blending out my concealer really nicely. I like having like sheer coverage, so a denser concealer brush isn't always my favorite, but it did blend it out really nicely. It's really soft and I think it looks good. So I forgot to mention that e.l.f. gave me like a free gift because they had that like gift with purchase thing, and what they gave me was the mix and match adjuster in the warm shade. So it's meant to take foundations that are too cool or pink toned, and you add this like a little drop and it makes it warmer. I could have used it today actually. I feel like that would have maybe made the match of this foundation a bit better for me. We'll be testing this out. I don't know, I haven't really heard much about it, but it was the free gift from e.l.f. So there's always that. I'm going to use my usual bronzer, which is the Physicians Formula Stick Bronzer. And I'm going to use, I think, the middle medium-sized oval brush. It kind of takes some like getting used to. Like I feel like I'm not really comfortable with holding the handles yet, but they're meant to be easier to use for applying your own makeup. Not if you're applying makeup on other people, but just for your own sake. They're supposed to be easier to use with the way they're designed. I don't know. I don't really know much about it, really. This is kind of tricky, though. I don't know if I'm, like, not blending this out correctly. It's actually, like, not my favorite for... Why am I struggling so much? It's not my favorite for applying bronzer. I feel like it's kind of awkward. Or I'm just, like, holding it really awkward. I don't know. I gotta get used to it. For blush, I'm gonna be using this. I've used the other color that I have in Coralicious. This is the shade Almost Famous, which I haven't used on camera yet, so I really want to give it a try. These were super pigmented, so I'm just going to do like a little dot on each side. Almost Famous is kind of like a fiery red shade. It reminds me a lot of Always Fiery from e.l.f., like their primer infused blush, but in a cream format or formula. It's really pretty. I love it. I love these Sweet Cheeks from NYX. They might be my favorite cream blush that I've tried, and I've tried quite a few from the drugstore. Oh, it's such a pretty color though, and I love the movie Almost Famous. It's so good. I love Kate Hudson. She's like one of my favorite just people in Hollywood. I don't know why. I've just always loved her. The other free gift that I got from e.l.f. was their matte blotting powder. This is the e.l.f. Plus line, I guess. I remember this coming out. I didn't want to pick up any of the products, but they sent this for free, so I might as well just test it out. You guys know that I love and trust my Milani Prep Setting Glow Powder, so it's kind of a little bit scary trying out something new, especially something that's matte and not glowy like I normally use. I have like zero interests in powders right now because I just like always constantly use my Milani one. I don't think I'm ever going to use anything else other than that powder. I'm just going to kind of set the areas under my contour or bronzer. The foundation doesn't feel sticky, but it only feels like a little bit tacky. Probably don't need to wear a setting powder if you're like super dry. I want to move on to the eyes. Actually, no, I'm going to set my face. I forgot. I'm just going to set it with this glass spray from Maybelline, which I still feel like my applicator is messed up. Like I have to hold it up here because it doesn't like land on my face. It kind of like shoots down. And it got all in my hair. Now my hair's wet. That's nice. My sister recommended this and I picked it up because she loves it. It's the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I picked up the shade Deep Brown. I am very much looking forward to trying this. It's so tiny. I had no idea it was so small. I feel like I want to run through it really quickly. But I've been looking for a good brow gel for a while. I do like the CoverGirl one, the Exhibitionist. That's typically what I use when I'm reaching for a brow gel. I have very long brow hairs. Like they are really long. I should probably like trim them or something. I feel like when I just use my brow pencil, it does a good job of filling in the sparse areas, but it doesn't keep my brow hair like unruly. Like look how long I can make my brow hairs, but it doesn't keep these brow hairs in place. So that's why I like brow gels. Feels like it's gotta dry down, but not make my eyebrows too crusty. I did a good job as well of kind of lifting my brows. My brows are so intense. But anyway, it did a pretty decent job, I think. So we'll just see how it wears and lasts throughout the day. Okay, I have a lot of eye products to talk about today. First off, I picked up 4 of the e.l.f. liquid glitter eyeshadows. I can't remember why I picked up 4. I definitely didn't need to. They're pretty tiny. I don't really like this small packaging. It's just kind of hard to like hold the applicator. This is Dirty Martini. Ooh, that is really pretty. I don't know if I want to use this one. I'm probably going to say this about all of them. I'm not going to know which one to use. Flirty Birdie. It's kind of like a rose gold shade. I think Dirty Martini is a bit more of like a khaki green, and this one is like a, oh, that's so pretty. I love that. Bling Ring or Bling Bling? Bling Ring. Is that a movie? I feel like it is, with Emma Watson. Kind of remember liking it. Typical silver. I think I got this one for the Christmas time. I just think a silver eyeshadow look at Christmas is so pretty. And the last one is Black Magic. I think is the one I wanted the most. Charcoal Gunmetal shade. Oh, that is beautiful. So these are the shades up close. Oh my gosh, they are all so pretty and reflective, and they have little glitters in them as well. The little glitters in there are absolutely dazzling. I really like them. I think I want to use either Dirty Martini or Black Magic today. Before I go into those, I do probably want to use some of this, which is the Black Pearl, which always reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. This is from Makeup Revolution. So I'm going to just take this shade right here. This Black Pearl palette was really appealing to me because of how cool toned it was. And I just think cool tones look the best on me. Like over the years, I've kind of experimented with warm tones a lot, but I feel like cool tone looks just always look better on me. When I first started watching YouTube videos, everybody was doing warm toned eyeshadow looks, and I think I just got all caught up in that. I didn't really spend any time thinking that maybe I don't look good in warm tones and I should stick to what looks best on me. This is really pretty and blending out really nicely. I find the formula of these isn't as good. Like for some reason the minis, I've only tried one other one, but for some reason the minis is not as good as their full-size chocolate bar palettes, but this one actually blended out really nicely. I'm gonna dip into this shade right here, which is just a little bit deeper. I'm gonna just apply this more on the lid and in the outer corner, not quite as high up as I used that other shade. Oh wow, these are blending out really nicely. I'm really glad I picked it. I really wanted it because of the shades, and it was also called Black Pearl. I was kind of hesitant because I didn't know if the formula would be as good. I think I'm going to take a smaller brush and go into this one right here, which is kind of like a really deep plum. A little bit of purple to it, but I guess I'm sure it's going to turn out more grayish brown. Focus this shade on the outer corner of my eye. I think I want to cover the lid with the cream or the liquid eyeshadow, so I'm not super fussed about like blending the lid area. Wow, I really like this palette. It's just like blending in so nicely. I'm going to take that fluffy brush again and that original brown shade we used, like the first one, and I'm just going to blend around here. The only thing I feel like this palette was missing was maybe one lighter, creamier shade. I know that it's meant to be like a darker, cool tone palette, like a smoky one, but I feel like one lighter shade would have been great. I guess I'm not going to use Dirty Martini because it's not the right color, so we're going to try this guy. Oh, I forgot to mention, I picked up these from e.l.f. as well. The e.l.f. Line and Define eye tapes. So I wanted these so I could get like that sharp outer corner. I forgot to use it in this video, and I guess it's fine because it's kind of a blown out look. So I'm going to apply Dirty Martini. I actually kind of like the look all matte, but you know, we gotta try it. Oh, wow. Okay, that is beautiful. I'm trying to just apply it to like the mobile lid of my eye and not take it up too high. I also don't know if these are going to dry down, so I might stop and just like blend that out a little bit first. So I'm gonna just lean my head back, kind of take that same brush we were using for the outer corner and just blend. Oh no, it's not working with the brush. That just wiped all of it away. Oh no! Maybe I was supposed to wait for it to dry. Just like all disappeared off my lid. Okay, I want to let that like dry for a bit. And actually maybe I'll do the other side as well. Okay, when you first apply it, it's so pretty and reflective. I've started to like blend this shade out with my finger a bit. It does feel very tacky and wet, so that's probably why the brush didn't work. It was because it was so wet still. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry down. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. Like, I will give it that. It's really pretty, and it has these incredible sparkles. Probably should have like done my research and watched videos on how other people apply it or just read the reviews. It does look patchy. It's not looking like the shadows are sticking on my lid. I'm going to take some of that deeper color right here, and I'm going to use it really carefully in the crease to blend. Oh, but the sparkles are so pretty. It's just like awfully patchy, and the glitters are kind of falling off. They're not, oh yeah, they are definitely falling onto my face. I wonder if I should kind of go over with this charcoal black and then add the glitters back on, because this is looking insanely patchy. I think I might do that. So I'm going to take a little bit of this charcoal metallic shade. I'm going to kind of go over the lid area to fill in the gaps. I'm getting a ton of fallout all over my face. I always mess up. I should have started with my eyes. Okay, I think like that kind of helped fill in the gaps. Maybe you have to have like a base laid down. I have glitter everywhere. That's crazy. There's glitter in my hair even. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and just add some of this silver shade to my inner corner. Not like a whole lot, but I just want to add a little bit to this inner corner. Mostly because I just wanted to try this metallic shade out. I'm gonna drag it up a little bit to meet the eyeshadow on the lid. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take this first brown shade we used and just smudge some of it along the lower lashes. And then I'm going to dip into this shade. I'm just going to apply this on the outer corner only. And last step, I'm going to add some of the black shade It's a matte black, and I'm going to just apply it on, there's glitter on my contact lens. I'm just gonna apply it to the waterline on the outer corner here. I'll never forget when my eye doctor told me not to apply like eyeliner to my lash line. He was like, you don't need to apply it that close. So that is kind of the eye look. I'm just gonna pop on some mascara and give you guys the final look. Okay, those are the eyes complete with the mascara. I just used the L'Oreal Bambi mascara. And I don't know how I feel about that glittery liquid shadow. I don't know how I feel. I really don't. I'll let you guys know more at the end of the video, but that's what the eyes look like. The last thing in my box from e.l.f. are new lip products, which I'm so excited about. These aren't actually first impressions because I have used them. I just couldn't resist. But I picked up 2 of their sheer slick lip products, and oh my gosh, these are amazing. I actually just apply all of the lip colors so you guys can see them all. And I also picked up 2 of their Srsly Satin lip products. So let's start with the sheer slicks. This one is in the shade Cherry Slush. I wanted something that was sheer but also kind of like a raspberry type shade. I'll talk about the formula at the end. It looks a little bit too much with this eye, but this is Cherry Slush. Next one, and probably my favorite, is the shade Golden Pear. Golden Pear is so beautiful. It is probably my most favorite thing that I picked up in this haul. I love it so much. It's so nice for the fall time. I love this shade on my skin tone. I probably will put it back on at the end of the video, but this is Golden Pear. And then from the Srsly Satin line, I got the shade Nectar, which is a little bit, I think I thought it was going to be more nude, but it's kind of peachy. Actually, I really like it with, no, I don't like it. I don't know how I feel about this lip color on me. Kind of clashes a little bit with my skin tone. I don't know, that's just how I kind of feel about it. I just don't know about this color, but this is Nectar. And last but not least, there are glitters on my contact lenses. I'm gonna have to take this eye look off right away. This is the shade Cider, kind of that like raisiny type shade. More nude, I guess. It's actually kind of brown. But this is Cider. I love it. I actually think I'm going to leave this one on just because it's the last one I tried. Kind of like a dark brownie nude, I guess, or it's a little bit terracotta. But this is Cider. So that is the completed makeup look. I am going to zoom you guys out, talk a bit about each of the products, my initial thoughts, and that'll wrap up the video. But let's start right from the beginning. The Poreless Putty. I thought this was kind of interesting. It was not like something I've tried before. It was smooth. It blended out really nicely on my cheeks. It feels lightweight, like it doesn't feel like it's sitting on my skin or anything. I don't really know exactly how much of a difference it made on my skin. I don't know. It just kind of feels the same to me. So I think I need to try this out a bit more to give you guys my full thoughts. But off initial impressions, it just didn't really do much for me. I don't know. I feel kind of let down because everyone was hyping this up so much. CC Perfecting Foundation. Besides the shade being a little bit off for me right now, I actually think I really like this. I don't think I like it as much as the Super Dewy Tinted Moisturizer, but I actually like the way it's sitting on my face. I like that it feels like nothing. I also like the coverage. It's kind of like a medium, maybe light coverage, but you can probably build it up. And yeah, I really like the way it's looking on my skin right now. So I'm going to keep wearing this one. I also love that it has SPF in it. That's something I always look for. I don't want every foundation I own to have SPF, but for like a daily foundation when I'm not going to be taking photos and things like that, I actually like to have that added protection. The blush I've already talked about in a previous video, so you guys already know my thoughts. I love those blushes from NYX. Matte X Blotting Powder. It did set my makeup nicely. My face looks very matte. Like this is the most matte I think my face has looked in recent videos and months. I think if you're looking for something that's going to mattify, this might be a good option. Oh, the brushes! I forgot to talk about them. I actually like the denseness of these. I like how they feel on the skin. They're super soft. They make products really easy to blend out. I'm just not quite used to the layout of these and the shape. I think for the foundation, that was pretty easy, and the concealer as well, that worked really easy. I don't know how I feel about using this for bronzing because I just had a lot of trouble. I don't know. I'm just not used to it, I think. But overall, I feel like these are really, really good quality. What else? The Black Pearl palette. Love it. Of course I do. This is definitely going to be put into my overnight bag when I go to my parents for the weekend. It's just convenient. It's small. It has a mirror. These, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these. I really wish I hadn't picked up 4. The Black Magic shade is really pretty. I think all of the colors are really beautiful. I just don't understand how to apply them. I really wanted like a full glossed over sparkly liquid eye look, but they didn't dry down really nicely on my lids and they were kind of tricky to use. I would recommend, like, and I'm going to probably do it in the future, is applying a metallic shade first underneath as like the base and then just using these as the toppers. I'm going to try obviously and get the most use out of them as I can and find a technique that works because they're so pretty and I want to wear them more. I'm just having a lot of trouble with them. Also, there's glitter all over my face. Oh, the brow product. They feel kind of like waxy. They're not as sticky, I guess, as the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Brow Gel. I do feel like this is gonna hold nicely though. Like, I feel like my brows are not gonna be straying everywhere. And then I guess the last thing that I tried out today was the lip products. I love these sheer slick. They're so good. They feel so nice on the lips. They're so comfortable and moisturizing. I think these are going to be perfect in the winter time. And the Seriously Satin lipsticks, I wish I had tried these out sooner. I actually really, really like the formula of them. They're comfortable. They're not fully matte. They have that like demi-matte finish to them. They are kind of cheapy feeling. I feel like the packaging is gonna break on me, but they are beautiful when you apply them. I think Cider and Golden Pear, is that what it's called? Yes, Golden Pear and Cider are the two that I would say pick up. But that sums up this video. Those are my initial thoughts. If you guys would like to see more videos using these products or the products from my previous first impressions video and haul video, just let me know. I hope you guys liked this one. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos, and I'll see you in my next one.